Following the death of one of Vladimir Putin's fiercest critics, the global community, government officials and his family have responded with demands for the recovery of his body as well as transparency over the details of his death. Our Moon Hye-ryeon reports.
I appeal to you, Vladimir Putin. The resolution of the issue depends solely on you. Let me, finally, see my son.
The mother of Alexei Navalny, a long-standing critic of Vladimir Putin who died in a remote prison last week, pleaded for the Russian president to return her son's body in a YouTube video. Authorities at the Siberian penal colony where he was serving a 3-decade-long sentence announced his death on Friday local time, claiming that the cause was sudden death syndrome. His family has been unable to recover his body so far, being told that he would be released only after a post-mortem examination had been conducted. Navalny's team believes that the campaigner was murdered on the orders of Putin and that his body is being withheld so they can cover traces, especially since he appeared to be in good health in a court video a day before his death. Western governments have also blamed the Kremlin, with the United States pressing for complete transparency on the details of his death. US President Joe Biden also announced a new wave of sanctions against Russia to be implemented on Friday in light of this development and the ongoing war in Ukraine. While details of the new sanctions have not yet been released, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said they will target Moscow's defense and industrial bases, as well as sources of economic revenue. This comes in addition to the pre-existing range of sanctions that the US has imposed on Russia for both the war in Ukraine and the 2020 poisoning and imprisonment of Navalny. Despite the Russian government's firm stance rejecting biased and unrealistic assumptions over Navalny's death, more than 400 people have been arrested as people gathered at vigils and protests across the country. Demonstrations are also taking place near Russian embassies across the world. Moon Hye-ryeon, Arirang News.